All right, take two. This is going to be a very different sort of video. Um, let's just get into it. Why Bel Izeard? Why is the my channel called that? Well, um, and why isn't it Bel Izeard Comics or Bel Izeard Gaming or something like that? Well, the reason is simply this book here. Now, this is don't go looking for it online. You'll not find it probably anywhere. It's called Till the Shadows Lengthen, and it is actually the family book for my family on my father's side. What it is, was actually put together by my grandmother, put together, written, and created by my grandmother, and it was pretty much designed for our family and not really anything else. Why Bel Izeard? For my instead, because that's the name of the channel, but that's not my last name. My full name, well, not my full name because I'm not going to give you that, but my name is actually Robert, and my last name is Blizzard. Now, there are lots of different blizzards all over the world, in England, in other places, in here in Canada, in Ontario. Some of them I'm related to, some of them I'm not. I think also in the States. But this is the story this is the story of my family to a point. Now, what I'm going to do is read you the reason why I picked that name as a nickname. And I could not dox myself by saying my last name, Robert Blizzard. It's online. You can see it. I think actually it's on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram page, it has that Bel Izeard is the name of the Instagram page, but underneath it says Robert Blizzard because that's who I am. But this is just, I'm going to read only the first paragraph of what is in here, what it's called the Blizzard story. So don't mind me. I'll be looking at the book, not at the camera. But here we go. So first paragraph of the Blizzard story. A hasty, and this is my grandmother writing this, so this is her words and from her perspective. So, a hasty reading of European history in the years prior to 1000 AD reveals a time of unrest and constant movement of peoples as nations struggled to find a place in the world in which there were few stabilizing forces. What could not be secured through trade was likely to be taken by force of arms. For the purpose of this story, we will concentrate upon the Danes, or Vikings, because there is a kind of family memory that the Blizzard story began with them. Their exploits were well known. They ranged far to the west, even conquering England in 1013, but it is their invasion and settlement of what became known as Normandy that interests us. One of those families of settlers bore the name Bel Izeard, meaning a fine shield, and possibly referring to their coat of arms. We can readily understand how this name changed to Blizzard over the years. It is known that in the 1600s the family moved from France to England, and it is generally believed that they were Huguenots, French Protestants fleeing from religious persecution. They settled southwest of Liverpool in the Macclesfield district. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry to the British people out there, and if I'm butchering that. Now, that is basically paragraph 1 of what is basically, let's see, 2. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3. The third paragraph is very, but the rest of the history really goes more into the family in general. And I don't want to read that up online because that's more personal. But you get the gist of where that came from. And so that idea is the family name, bore the family name Bel Izeard, which supposedly means a fine shield. Now, I have done research online and I've looked and tried to find references to that. I've tried to find references and sort of background for my family with connection to Bel Izeard, and I'm sure my grandmother was right, and it's there, but I really couldn't find anything. I found the name Bel Izeard on a family website, but the information there seemed to contradict a bit what my grandmother wrote. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Is that where my family name actually came from, or I don't know. This is a book that she wrote. Oh, I don't think there's a publication date or anything because it's what, like I said, it's not like it wasn't something that was published and released to the public or anything like that. It was. Oh, look, there's a corner out of that one book. Um, it's like here we go. This is my personal print. This is my personal copy, and this was printed in November of 1993 in Alberta, Canada. And now this was given to me in that year at Christmas. I got one. My sister got one. There was one for my brother. I think my one for my dad. I think my sister and we have my dad's copy now. But you say, well, why Bel Izeard? Why is that the nickname I use online? Why is that the name of my Instagram? Why is that the name of this channel? Why is that the name of my page on WordPress where I do my writing? Well, that's the reason why. Right there in that book. In this book, this is why it's called Bel Izeard and not Bel Izeard Comics or Bel Izeard Gaming or whatever. Because this channel and my presence online, it isn't just about comics. It isn't just about gaming. Yes, there's a lot of gaming and whether it's comic books, whether it's Marvel, DC, whether when it comes to role playing, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons or Gamma World or other things that exist out there. Traveler comes to mind, although I haven't really played that. I played one of the games, the Star Wars games, not one of the originals, but one of the ones that Fantasy, what do they call them? FFG or Fantasy Flight Games created. But yeah, so why Bel Izeard? There you go. That's why, because that is part of my family history, and I couldn't really call my Instagram or this channel or anything else. If it wasn't Bel Izeard, it would just be my name. It wouldn't be anything else. So, but that's that nickname, and I have to say it's mostly connected with my writing on my WordPress site, and I've posted in my community tab here on YouTube some of my poems. One of the things I want to do in the near future, and in the near future is I might actually shoot one right now and post it as well, is to actually read one of my poems that I've written and out loud and post it and see how it goes. I don't know. But yeah, so why Bel Izeard? Because that's who I am. That's part of my family. And it's a strong connection. Now, there are other nicknames I've used online. The most important one is called Nightfall. That's Nightfall with a K. And someone say, "Oh, Nightfall, like the Batman story." It has a slight connection to that, but more it has a connection to gaming, to role playing, and to my poetry. I actually have a poem I call Nightfall. Maybe that'll be the first one that I read out loud. I don't know. I kind of have to look at it again and read it out loud to myself first to see if I can do it justice. But there you go. That's just a bit of history about me, my family, and the history of the name Bel Izeard and why it's called that. And you can call me Bel. That's fine. People have used that nickname for me. If you want to call me Rob or Robert, that's fine. Just don't call me Bob, please, or Bobby. I don't like that. If you do, I'll accept it. But Rob or Robert, that's who I am. But you can call me Bel. That's fine. I prefer that to Bob. All right. Well, thanks for watching this. Greatly appreciate it. And keep your eye out. There actually is going to be another video I'm going to shoot right away that is an actual comic haul video. But this one's getting a little longer, so I'm going to stop this now. And I thanks for watching. And if you want to have a conversation about this, you can leave comments. You can like, subscribe, all that stuff. And if you want to have conversation with me about anything in general, just you can just. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks. Bye.